Hey guys, this is Luminous coming to you guys with a pro Dota commentary. This commentary is affiliate DC, and for more commentary content, check us out on DotaCommentaries.com. This is Game 3 of the Aces Spring Finals between Navi and M5. If you haven't catch Game 1 or Game 2 yet from my channel, go check it out right now. Because obviously I will be spoiling those two games' result as I'm talking about the picks and ban of this game. So Game 1, M5 took it in a very nice defensive way. They had a great Fisher, they had a great Shaker, and they had a great Venomancer, and that when they pretty much countered what Navi was set to do. Navi didn't play their standard aggressive pushing lineup that they are always so famous for. And I think that's might be the reason why they lost. In Game 2, Navi just blew M5 away with one of the most innovative push I've ever seen. A Juggernaut healing war push. My god, it was beautiful to watch. Again, if you haven't watched yet, I already spoiled it, but hey, your own fault. Now this is Game 3. Whoever wins this game should take the final, and we have the picks and bans going underway. We have M5 picking first. They do ban the Lich and the Bat Rider. Bat Rider, by the way, in Game 2 was just absolutely huge. Dendy's Bat Rider is no joke. Well, Bat Rider as a hero is no joke. And then ArtStyle banning a Silverberg. Silverberg been in the top 3 ban for all three of these games. So it's interesting to see. I'm not too sure why he's being banned. He's a good hero. I could kind of see why M5 is banning against Navi. I'm not sure why Navi is banning Silverberg against M5. I don't know. That's usually I would have something to say about it, but I really don't know. I was hoping that one of these teams would pick Silverberg, so we will know why they're banned, but unfortunately, no such thing. Of course, Doombringer being banned as well, and that's a good ban for them because M5 was gonna go into a Weaver. Doom is a great counter to Weaver. Meanwhile, we have Navi answering back with Spectre and Venomancer. I think one of the reasons for picking up Venomancer so early is that ArtStyle maybe don't want Dread to pick up the Venomancer. M5 lately has been showing that they really like the Venomancer pick. It's a great defensive hero. It might not seem like it, but if you drop down enough Serpent Wards, it can defend pretty well, or at least delay a push. Has AoE teamfight capabilities, not bad at all. And judging from the Venomancer and Spectre, that Venomancer most likely is going to be a support. And between the Venomancer, and the Haunt, that is just in a lot of AoE damage and for a long duration. So in terms of teamfight, Navi would have the advantage here. Of course, Venomancer is not a bad pusher himself, so he can use those Serpent Wards and play to Navi's aggressive pushing playing style. And again, Dread banning that Klings once again. I mean, Klings is a good hero, and I just don't feel that. I've never really seen Dendy's Klings just carry the game and just win it completely. But what Klings will give you is some strong mid-game DPS. Again, Navi is a strong mid-game team. They push very aggressively and they try to win very early. So Klings in that essence will help out a lot. Of course, Enchantress is picked up by ArtStyle, and that's one of his most signature hero, and we are going to see ArtStyle Enchantress. Most likely so far, we see the Enchantress in the jungle with the Venomancer and the Spectre on the bot lane, most likely for Sentinel. And then the top solo and the mid solo will be picked up for ArtStyle shortly. Clockwork being banned as well by Dread, and good ban because that's most likely what Navi was looking for the top solo. There's still many good top solos left, or long lane solos to be more exact, such as Puck, Windrunner, Lich is banned. They're going to pick into a Furion. Very interesting. Maybe we're going to see some jungle Furion. That's very unlikely because Enchantress might be jungling. Although you can solo Enchantress. Let's not forget about that. Back in the days, that was a very popular lane. Or we're going to see some solo mid Furion. We see Starspoba so soon sport his Furion. He's, I think, in my opinion, one of the best Furion players out there. Milk might want to have something to say about it, but Milk's Furion and Starspoba so soon's Furion's distinctly different playing style. Milk's more pushy, the Starspoba one's more ganky. We'll see though. It looks like we have a Lina and Potom being picked up. Man, these picks are just non-standard. We don't even. I can't even predict what ArtStyle is going to pick next because Potom, we haven't seen her in a pro game for a long time, and Furion, we definitely haven't seen him. It looks like we're going to see Rasa once again. Rasa was played as a support in game number 2. Let's see if he's going to be playing as a solo. Yes, Dendy is on the Rasa, which signifies we are going to see a solo mid Rasa. And then we see a headdress being picked up. right off the bat, Enchantress, this is our style, Enchantress style, which goes into Ring of Basilius right at level 1. And the reason for doing so is that he can, if he gets a good first blood, easy first blood, you could transition that into a very strong push. Although I don't think they can push against this tri-lane though. Sentinel knows what's up. They're going to put 3, or Scourge knows what's up. They're going to put 3 ranged heroes at the bot lane, and this lane is just very capable of killing. Of course, the Swarm doesn't do exactly the best again, or in combination with Soul Assumption. Soul Assumption, you really want to combine it with a different nuke, and it's going to be very difficult for these teams to get a very first blood. Since you don't have a lead stun for the Slayer, her LSA is not that reliable right now. So until the Visage hit level 2, so he could pick up that slow, the Grave Chill, I don't think the Lina will hit an LSA, and short, I don't think a Soul Assumption would kill. So I'm not too sure. I like the lane choice is not bad. The hero choice for this lane might not have been the best. They are gonna do a bottom solo mid, which is, we haven't seen this for a long time. This is gonna play by God. And then meanwhile, Enigma solo top, which is standard, very standard. At least in 6.69C. He's been going more in the jungle, but we're going to see 4 bottom. We are seeing 4 bottom. Enchantress is going to be in the jungle, and they're going to just give up top lane. This is very interesting. We might see some of those LGD tactics where they send the guy into the jungle for the first minute or so. Once he gets a quick level 2, quick level 3, and then he's going to go back top. I'm not too sure whether you could do it with a Fairy on us effectively, as we see very standard warding. The Observer plays a little bit too late, which allowed these creeps camps to spawn. One of these spawns, was that a little off? I think that might have been a little off. I'm not too sure how they blocked this one, but not that one. Yeah, I think that ward might just been a little off, and because of that, Freon could do it. But we'll know for sure whether the next creep camp spawns. It looks like Lina is going to be roaming a little bit. Enchantress is going to be jungling. She's not going to find a creep. Here we go. Lina's going to circle around, sees the creep pools, and knows what's up. She's going to try her best to disrupt a little bit. And now we have Enchantress coming around. She got a big creep. She stood here and grabbed it. And looks like we're going to have, I'll talk about that creep angle in just a bit. Here comes the Centaurs. Man, this is a Centaur. Oh, some choke point jungling coming through. Nice tangle by Dread, running away. And there was a Centaur stomp. And now I think Lina might just suicide to the tower. I think she is just going to suicide to the tower. There's no way she's going to juke. Yeah, let's see who's going to, I think Enchantress should pick up the first blood here. Yeah, Enchantress have the hits in, and Artstyle picks up a very easy first blood. But what Artstyle did here is basically he stood over here, and he could see off the ledge, and then he could dominate a Centaur, and then I don't think he even killed the camp. No, he did, and then he basically proceeded back to killing the Enchantress. Or killing the Lina. So I'm not too sure what Lina was doing there. Kind of a little bit of bad position, and that's where, wow, this is such an early push. 2 Centaurs being picked up, and wow, this push is going to be happening so hardcore, and that was what the Hedge was about. A small amount of regen, but regen nonetheless for these creeps, and they are going to push. And here we go. Here's a Serpent Ward level 1 being placed down as well. Centaur is going to run in, and there's absolutely nothing at level 1 Lina, a level 1 Rube, and a level 1 Necrotic, dude. Man, this is as early of a push as I've ever seen. Our style might be a little bit of trouble. Soul Assumption damage goes on. She's okay. I'm sure she's going to pick up heal at level 2. She have a couple good tango charge. There's a stomp going on these guys, and this tower very low. Who needs a top lane? Who needs a guy at the top lane if you're going to push down a tower way quicker than Enigma? Enigma should be going for that Ring of Basilius as soon as possible and try to get a tower. He should be auto attacking and try to go for a tower trade. Shouldn't really focus on last hit. Yes, getting the last hit is important, but right now you are losing so much gold. Rasa has sent 2 illusions on the top lane to defend a little bit, which is not a bad choice because they are going to tank a little bit of creep damage, which is going to be good. But huge amount of pushing still going on for this Enchantress. Enchantress's Centaur is going to die, but she could still dominate the enemy creeps, and it looks like she has been doing that. What these guys need to be careful a little bit is that they are going to be behind in terms of EXP, but they are going to get so much more gold. Rasa Illusion still defending the lane. That's very cute, I guess. A good move by Dendi. And now we have Potom coming around. Potom does already have the bottle, and looks like she might be going for a kill. No, she's going to turn around. I don't think, well, even if she hits a very long range arrow, because these guys are still very low level, I don't think they could get too much. And Necrotic hits level 3, and that's going to be good for his Soul Assumption level 2. But that tower already took a lot of damage, and looks like the Sentinel Heroes is going to transition to a different lane, or they're going to just settle back to farm. No, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Furion now ports back top, and now, even though he's a little bit behind, he can grab that very crucial levels of EXP that he desperately needs as Furion. Enigma critically, because there's no one in his lane, no denies against him. He is level 5. I'm sure he's very farm as well. Let me check his farm real fast. He's got 25 creeps in 4 minutes. That's just insane. He lasted it like basically every single creep. Dendi gets a haste rune, and that's gonna be good in terms of keeping him alive against the bottom. And meanwhile, the Sentinel on the bot lane is going to continue to farm. That first tower did give the boots of speed to the Spectre, and he does have a Quelling Blade. Quelling Blade, we don't generally see that much in terms of Spectre, but I believe a lot of these Europeans